Transformational is the word I keep using, even though that seems like such a overblown, oversold kind of a word to use. I came to camp with a lot of hope and very few expectations, and within 3 days, everything that I had been thinking about wanting to work on, hoping would get addressed, had already been addressed. It's amazing the way the culture here changes how people interact with each other, the place in which you can meet each other and how you relate to each other. And it's lovely. I noticed very quickly that in my everyday life, I tend to be numb a little bit most of the time because life just feels too much. I feel like too much, and it's easier to just partially disengage, whether that's in my own mind or through drugs or alcohol or video games or whatever distraction I can have in the moment. And from pretty much the time I got here to the Center for New Culture, I haven't felt numb. And that to me is the most striking, whoa, there's something going on here that's real. I'm actually a trained mental health therapist. I'm a licensed clinical social worker. And what really stands out to me is a lot of the processes that we're being taught, a lot of the tools and ways of being present with each other that we're experiencing and practicing all day is really similar to some of the therapeutic techniques I was taught in grad school. We're not doing the diagnosis, we're not doing any of the structured interventions, but a lot of the meet people where they're at, and this is how you hold space, and this is how you breathe with somebody, and this is ways to use language in a way that someone can really connect with, is incredibly familiar from my professional training. And yet we're teaching a whole room of people how to do that. And so you end up with this environment where it's it feels for me like no matter what comes up in me, and almost no matter how I show it, at some point there will be a container for it. And sometimes that does require some members in the community that are specifically set aside to be part of the empathy team to help reinforce the sides of the container. But the skills and the presence and the intention that everyone seems to bring to the camp really creates that container. And then you throw in these really delicious ways of saying something difficult in a way that someone else can hear without their defensiveness automatically getting triggered. Really, it creates new culture. It's the only really way to say it. Forum is a really central process that we use in New Culture to give everyone an opportunity to share what's alive in them in the moment and really be witnessed by the community and have the community develop an appreciation for a different perspective, a different piece of, a different slice of, a different instance of being human. And I had some really, really major difficulties very, very early in my life that I've been working on in therapy and some other more conventional ways in the last couple of years. And I knew there was this deep, 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 deep fear that I needed to let go of in order to move into the kind of person I believe myself to be and a desire to be. And Forum created an environment where I could do that earlier in the week. And it was truly incredible to share and show, viscerally, out loud, literally screaming in gibberish in the middle of this space with 50 to 60 people sitting in a circle around me. And then when I finished, the facilitator encouraged me to take time to walk around the room and look at everybody's faces. And I expected to see some kind of distress or disturbance or judgment or withdrawal or something that showed they were overwhelmed or some kind of negative reaction. And as I walked around the circle and made eye contact with everybody, nobody's faces had changed. It was all just this positive, open, we're here with you look on their face. And it really made that sense of release and I'm not carrying this fear that I've had for 30 years complete in a way that I don't think could happen in any other setting. I've tried some of the other settings. My therapist and some of my other healers have really been like, there's something there, we need to go there. And I've been like, nope, we're not going there. And so that process, I think, is really just a remarkable gift and a one-of-a-kind experience. If there's something in your life that is just like, this isn't full enough, this isn't rich enough, I feel like I'm scraping the surface, I'm not getting what I actually want, I'm just getting a sliver or a piece, or like I'm not even sure how to approach it, but I want some more deeper, juicier connections. I want to understand myself better. I want to relate to other people differently. And you feel like you're not coming up with anything else in your life, I highly recommend giving Center for New Culture a try.